Welcome to Barry the Bounder, the inside tour. This is as we got Barry. So we've done some work, but nothing you can see yet. Basically just ordering some stuff that we know we need to get and start planning the modifications. This walkthrough is some of you wanted to see what he looks like now before we tear it apart, and we thought it'd be good for us to document what he looked like before we go crazy. So let's have a look at Barry. Barry is, well, brown. He's too brown for our liking. We were thinking for our modification to him that we're going to keep true to his original sense, and, you know, he's a little too much 80s for our liking, so we're going to modernize him a little bit. But we're going to stick with it a little bit. Stick with the brown. You know, love the brown. The Fleetwood designers, they said brown, and you know what? We like brown too. We'll keep a little bit of brown, but we're going to modernize him a little bit. You can see we've got these old chairs. We're not floral print people. So we think, you know, we're going to change that out a little bit. And our thought is, we have two bouncing boxers, including us who are going to be dirt biking, playing off-road. We need an interior that's a little bit more durable than we're going to get with the cloth. So we're probably going to do that leather, whatever that leather is that's more durable than leather, they say, the animal-safe leather. We're going to do that, probably two-tone it or something like that. But otherwise, you know, the two captain chairs are going to stay. This one's got to go, just because this area needs to be, you know, boxer domain. Okay, so the whole thing is boxer domain, but we're going to give the kids their own little area to play here. We're not sure if we're going to keep this table or not. It folds flat, so that's kind of cool. So, you know, when you sit here, you got a little desk to work in, but, you know, we might keep it, might not. We're just going to wait and see how that goes. The window treatments, we're not real sure. We don't really care for window treatments. Sometimes they're done right. More often than not, they don't really appeal to us. So we're going to see. We're not sure. We're still going to think about that later. All of the cabinets you see, we're going to keep. But we're going to redo them a little bit. We're not sure how we're going to paint them. Right now we're thinking about keeping the center a wood color and paint the outside some solid color. Do something with the actual base of the cabinets. Not sure. Still thinking about that. The front, well, we don't need the old TV. I've got a couple monitors, and what we're going to do is convert this empty space back here over to sort of our computer farm. We're going to put our computers in, the routers, everything we need technology-wise to keep us online wherever we are is going to go in this nook ultimately. And on the face of it, I'm just going to put a monitor. So that can be our TV or whatever we need it to be. If we want to actually use it as a computer screen, we want to sit at a computer, we can do that. Not real convenient, but it'll be a nice little TV entertainment center, certainly. So we'll go with that. You'll notice that the windows on this side, slightly fogged. Barry has led a life of leisure. By that I mean he hasn't been used. The generator had 7.7 hours on when we got it. 7 hours! We've used it more since we got it home in the past 24 hours than it's ever been used. So, some things like the windows are fogging. Well, you know which way was facing the sun when they parked it. So, a lot of the stuff we're having to do is sort of freshen up a little bit. So the mechanic side, we're going to be doing a lot of freshening up work. You can see it has a bit of a not lived in, not used, and you can see like the plastic and all the stuff yellowed a little bit. All of that's going to be either replaced or we're going to paint it. You know, I can't stand that yellowing plastic stuff, so we're going to redo that. The light fixtures, we're going to convert them all over to LED. Not sure if we're keeping these fixtures or not. We're going to try out a set of them initially with the LED bulbs in them, see if we like it. If not, at least case scenario, we're going to paint them. Otherwise, we'll replace them. The light fixtures, again, sort of that harkening back to the 80s feel. No, we don't like that. It's just not our generation to have that. We're wanting to do sort of like a stainless steel feel. Because we want this whole conversion to stick with our origin. You know, we're Floridians. We love the water. We love everything about Florida. We just want to see the rest of the U.S. And part of our background is we love sailing. We love boats. So we're thinking maybe, you know, doing little nautical flares to it. So like maybe do like a stainless steel light fixture that you would see on a boat. Something like that. You know, just to try to go back to that feel of a little more marine nautical flavor versus the, I don't even know what that is. It's supposed to be brass, gold, I don't know. It's just not us. We're not going to go with that. The bench. Now this is a big change. This bench is wonderful. It's the old style jackknife bench bed thing, but there's no storage. How can there be no storage with it? It's got a little bit of room under it, but it sits 12 inches from the back wall. You can't use that space because of the way the hinge works to fold into a bed. So there's all this wasted space back there. There's tons of wasted space under it that you kind of use, really annoying to use. So we're going to pull that out completely. And what we're going to do is we're going to build our own style couch that converts into a bed thing. Completely stealing it from the Prevo community. We saw a Prevo that had a really nice bed full of thing that had storage under it and was flush against the back wall. So we're just going to rip off that design and make our own off of it. So give us a little more room. Obviously, paint. Everything, walls, paint. We must paint. We need to bring some color into it. You know, we're Floridians after all. The one sign of wear that Barry has is right here. So we had a little bit of water damage. We're taking all the cabinets out anyways, just to go ahead and go through them, clean them, and paint them, you know, do whatever we're ultimately going to decide to do with them. So I'm just going to replace this out with an actual piece of wood instead of that MDF fake wood stuff. So we'll actually get that replaced, get them like new. The leak originated from the AC unit. We've already had that fixed. So Barry's tight, good, ready to go. The kitchen. Well, that's my domain. I love the kitchen. We got to have the kitchen. It needs to be nice. It needs to be living. And I have a real problem with the kitchen right now. First, my biggest problem is this Hulk for such a small microwave. This thing is tiny, and yet it consumes all of the space. Sure, okay. Late 90s, early 2000s, you needed to have this much space here for the venting, the microwave. We don't need that now. So we're probably going to remove this whole thing here and go with the more modern convection style microwave that's designed to be over the range. We'll utilize the existing duct, the venting duct for it, integrate that into the new microwave, and hopefully that'll raise all of this up and recess it back in. We don't need this much room here dedicated to a tiny little microwave in the hood. Me being tall, trying to cook is one of these scenarios. And I don't like having my head against a microwave. I think it's safety third or something like that. You're not supposed to touch the microwave or something. So we're going to redo that. The counters, definitely going to change that out. We've already started looking at what kind of design we want to do. Again, color is what we're aiming for. And just, you know, something stick with the marine flavor. You know, we're trying to go beachy with the kitchen. That also includes tiling all around the stove. So do sort of a tile backsplash to it. And add a little different, you know, break up the scenery. Hopefully with having this freed up and clear, it'll really open up this area and make it nice, a little more enjoyable. The floors, well, we're going to try to minimize the shag that we have. But as an homage back to the late 90s when they're saying we need to love the 80s, we're going to keep the shag that you saw at the very front, just a little bit, because that'd be a pain to replace. The rest, though, we're going to go wood. And I'm hoping to do a teak and holly floor. Again, sticking with the whole marine idea. I think it would be really beautiful to walk into a coach and see, you know, stainless hardware everywhere and a teak and holly floor. I think that would just be beautiful. And sort of say, you know what, we're Floridians. Hi, U.S. And sort of bebop around. And just sort of a throwback of what we actually are, who we are. This table is going to get redone. We don't like the Formica they use, so we're going to freshen it up a little bit. This bench is going to stay. This mirror's got to go. Because every time I turn around, it freaks me out to hell and back. Because it just, for some reason, every time I look around, I see this mirror, it throws me off. So this mirror's got to go. We actually have an old destroyed spinnaker that has the sale number on it. We're probably going to put that here, maybe a cork board, so we can put, you know, pictures as we go down the road, just to have sort of memorabilia. This bench might go, might stay, don't know. Things to come. Stay tuned, because we have no idea what we're going to do with that. We think we want to do something, we don't know yet. I think that concludes the main area. Come to the bathroom. So, this has a shower big enough for me to stand in, as I am, you know, plenty of room. That's that's a huge feat for me to have room to stand in an RV shower. So I'm really happy about that. It's a tub style, meaning I can put the boxers in here and give them a bath. That's a huge perk for us. The rest of the bathroom is going to undergo some big changes. Let me step out so you can see. So the toilet is going to go bye-bye. We're going to stick with, Amy being yoga, save the world, me being gasaholic. We're trying to meet in the middle, so we're probably going to switch out the toilet to a composting toilet. The actual sink, cabinet, we're not fans of. That might actually get IKEA treatment because some of those bathroom sink counters are really, really nice. We really like them. So we might do that. The composting toilet actually is smaller than the regular RV toilet, so we gain a little bit of room. We'll see. The next big thing for the bathroom is to get in the actual composting toilet, spend some quality time sitting there and thinking. The next big surprise for us was how well appointed the actual bedroom was. Well, minus these. No, come on. So that's going to go. We got to get rid of way too much brown here. We got to get rid of those. We had them ditch the bed when we bought it. We're going to get a new memory foam bed. Thank you, IKEA. And, make it a little bit homey. The cabinets here are massive. It's surprising how much room we actually have in this thing. And so much so that we actually think we're going to lose these bottom 3 drawers and put in a combination washer dryer because one of those actually fits in this nook here perfectly. So I'll just have to do a little bit of plumbing to get it to work. But it would be so nice while we're out there to be able to, if you come back in from riding the dirt bikes, hose off the clothes outside, bring them in, throw them in, and actually run them through the washing machine. That would be really, really nice. So we think we're going to do that. Another glass TV, that's got to go. We have no idea what we're going to put in this nook. We're not TV people, so we don't know if we're even going to keep this nook or if we're going to repurpose it for something. Not sure. Otherwise, we need to swap out beautiful fixtures again. But the bedroom's pretty nice. It doesn't really need much other than, the same things we're doing everywhere else. So give it a little color, give it a little paint, ditch the brown. And that's basically Barry on the inside. Hope you enjoyed the tour and stay tuned. Lots of good things coming.